Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's weekly market view for Monday, the 29th of May to Friday, the 2nd of June, 2023. My name is Vishal. Let's get started. Start with the monthly chart of the Nifty. And if you clearly see and look at the monthly chart of the Nifty, let's zoom the chart a bit. So we have been coming into this and talking a lot about the demand zone, which is really held well. And the Nifty has nearly launched itself from there. We spoke about this indecision candle here, and a close above that would probably lead into a further move to the upside, and that is exactly that is happening since the past 2 months. So pretty strong move to the upside. Now we are coming into an area of resistance or supply, and as we are going up or as we are inching up, we are creating new levels of demand. So what is going to be more interesting also is to look at this potential rally-based rally in the making. And depending upon how today's candle opens or today's week opens, and since today is also going to be the last week of the monthly expiry, it's going to be, very, very crucial to see how this happens, right? So this is the last possible week for the month, and that is going to determine where the monthly candle is going to close, right? So this is going to be a crucial close for the market. Now we are going to be heading into the June expiry. So this is the daily chart. These are the key levels on the Nifty, 18,641 to 18,703 on the daily chart. If we go to the intraday chart, we do see a few more levels. So we do have this 18,637 to 18,699 level. And then to the upside, we have 18,801 to 18,861. On the demand side, no clear level of demand nearby. There could be a level of demand somewhere closer to 18,400 odd levels, but we'll have a look at that on the other time frame. But 17,959 to 17,887 also looks like a good level of demand. So levels of demand and supply are currently far away. But looking at the way markets might open today, we might get a gap up. As of now, SGX Nifty is suggesting a 160 points move to the upside. Let's see whether our markets do gap up by that intensity. And if they do gap up, they would be gapping up into these key levels of supply today. On the smaller time frame, we have one more level of demand on the 30-minute chart, 18,398 to 18,359. And this one will be the closest level of demand from current market price to watch out for. So any kind of pullback into this area will potentially lead to more longs coming in. All right. So a little, conservative on the short side. And I would say that you just got to be a little bit more leaning against the longs as of now, since the markets are still far away from where the real supply is, right? So right now we have a closing of 18,495, and any kind of gap up will probably gap up straight into this supply, or at least closer to this level of supply. Let's have a look at Bank Nifty, because Bank Nifty is slightly different as compared to the Nifty, but we'll look at the key levels on Bank Nifty as well. All right, so if you look at the Bank Nifty chart, the Bank Nifty is more or less approaching all-time highs. And generally when a stock or an index, whenever it comes to all-time high, we got to be a little cautious because of what we are seeing in the past. If you look at this level over here, 44,000 to 44,122, been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, nearly a week and a couple of days spent in this area. Now, there is a possibility of a break of this area, only to possibly create a euphoria in the market that markets are going higher. So if we go to the smaller time frame charts, let's say, let's go to this level over here, right? So I have mentioned something over here, right? And Bank Nifty needs to break this high and sustain about it. So usually what happens is, generally, markets gap up gap up very, very strongly and they start doing something like this before they start turning down, and the entire gap fizzles out. Okay, so the entire gap up move completely fizzles out. So what we want is, we don't want this move to fizzle out, but we want the prices to continuously trade before they start doing something like this. This is going to be a sign of a strong momentum in the market, right? So not this, but definitely we want something like this for the trend to continue. So let's see if we are able to see that in the coming week on the Bank Nifty. And yeah, 44,000 level is a very, very stiff resistance. So any move above that might cause a sustainable breakout to the upside. And Bank Nifty will not have any hesitation of moving anywhere between 500 to even 1,000 points if that happens. But let's see if that happens. All right, let's move on to the next chart. Let's have a look at Fin Nifty. All right, so if you look at the Fin Nifty monthly chart, again, very, very similar behavior to the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. So this level of demand on the monthly chart has held and held very nicely. Now we have come into a very, very close area of resistance, and that is the reason why you're seeing a little bit of a sell-off coming in here. But look at the weekly chart here. Look at the weekly candle close, right? So very, very close to where the Fin Nifty has made an all-time high. There are these new levels of demand being created here, right? So what we would like to see in the coming week is that a consolidation over here, and then ultimately a potential breakout, right? And then price sustaining above the breakout to continue its move to the upside, right? But in case if that doesn't happen, then we might, see a move coming down slowly this way, which will not be a great sign for Fin Nifty. So we are in a crucial area on the Fin Nifty as well. Let's go to the intraday charts, see if we are able to look at something interesting. And on the intraday charts, I'm looking at the 30-minute chart. There are some key levels of demand and supply. 19,262 to 19,223. This will be a key area of demand, closes from current market price. And to the upside, we have 19,509 to 19,563. Now, there is a little bit of supply over here as well, because this is the origin from where the price made a new low. And this is also more or less coinciding closer to that 19,500 450 odd level, right? So of course, 509 to 563 is a much better level of supply, but we could get a little bit of resistance coming from this area as well. And because SGX Nifty is gapping up, it's more likely that Fin Nifty might also gap up into these areas. Okay, so these are these areas to look at on the Fin Nifty. All right, let's move on to the USD INR. All right, so what do we see on the USD INR? Okay, on the monthly chart, we are seeing this consolidation. We are kind of getting into this this very narrow range here now. But you see over here last week, the USD INR was unable to close above this these highs here. So it is possibly facing a little bit of resistance around this area of supply. Although this is a tested supply, we might see another drop in price. Definitely the range is becoming more tighter now as we speak. So we are expecting to see USD INR range between 8268 to 8303 and 8195 to 8165 in the coming week. Let's move on to the daily chart. And let's see if we are able to see anything on the daily chart. Yeah. So on the daily chart again, a lot of resistance coming in here. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. We do have this gap area of demand here, which we'll be looking at. And then, of course, you have this lower level of demand. Right? So from current market price, these are the key levels. There is no supply. Everything that is in supply is already tested. So likely possibility of price pulling back into these levels of demand and possibly taking off. All right, so this is USD INR for you. Let's move on to the stocks now. What is more interesting to see is I'm going to be keenly watching two stocks. And the reason why I'm going to be keenly watching these two stocks is because On the bank Nifty, we are coming closer to all-time highs. And also on the Nifty, we are rallying towards that 19,000, towards that 18,600, 650 handle. So as we are inching closer towards the all-time highs, it's keen to look at the heavyweight stocks and how they are performing, right? So last week, we saw a very, very strong rally in Reliance, which actually led to Nifty moving up. And last week also, HDFC Bank hit a crucial level of demand. And since the price has hit that level of demand, the bank Nifty has also started to gain a little bit of momentum, right? So first we will have a look at Reliance, and then we will come to HDFC Bank and then try and correlate this information with the bank Nifty. Okay, so on the monthly chart, again, all the monthly charts more or less are looking pretty similar. Demand is building, prices are wanting to move up. This is the monthly chart. On the weekly chart, we are seeing new levels being created here. Now we are coming into this weekly supply area, so we've got to be a little careful on Reliance especially. Okay, so let's mark this level and keep. On the daily chart, we had a strong move to the upside. But as I said again, anything about this area, somewhere between here, there could be a level of supply on the smaller time frame. So let's investigate this level a little bit on the smaller time frames to see if there is any level on the smaller time frame. And if we go to the 75-minute chart, there is indeed a level of supply here, which is from 25, 23 odd levels to 25.47. If you want to include this area, you could possibly include this area also. Yeah. So this is an area of supply. And in case if today markets do gap up, very likely possibility that Reliance might also gap up a little bit more deeper into this area, or might even just touch this area and start to possibly reverse. Okay, now if that happens, then Nifty might also gap up into a potential area of supply and start to fall down, right? So just be a little careful today, since the market generally, when it gaps up very strongly, it's not always a sign that it might, continue its momentum to the upside. There might be a little bit of profit booking coming in, especially because of all the news that takes place on the weekend. People who are holding overnight positions, when they see a strong gap up, they want to book profits. So that's basically the logic on any kind of gap up move. So just be patient and wait for the pullbacks in price. Let's look at HDFC Bank and let's evaluate HDFC Bank. So if you look at HDFC Bank on the higher time frame charts, let's go over here. Let's start with the monthly chart first. All right, so what are we seeing on the monthly charts? On the monthly chart, we saw a little bit of a bearish candle, and I think looks like, by the way, this candle might close the way it is closing right now. But what is interesting to see also is that is this formation over here, which is a rally, base rally, and then a pullback in price. Right now, this level can get negated only and only if 1534 breaks to the downside. Okay. I don't see that happening, but it could happen in case if there is some kind of negative news in the market. And what we could possibly expect to see is the 1600 level last week was a very, very crucial level, and seems like HDFC Bank, held that level pretty well. If you go on to the daily chart and just look at the daily chart and analyze it a little carefully over here. So here was that key level of demand, and right now this level is holding. Now in case if price starts rotating from this area, there is a possibility that we might move strongly to the upside. And if you look at this entire area over here, this is also the price point from where HDFC Bank has given a bounce, also coinciding with that 1600 number, right? So where can possibly HDFC Bank take a little bit of a halt, maybe at this gap level over here. And today, because markets are gapping up, so 1636, 1640 would be a little bit of a resistance for HDFC Bank to cross. But if it is able to break 1643, then definitely we are going to be sooner seeing a big move in Bank Nifty. Yeah, so keep close watch on HDFC Bank, and your next level of supply is going to be straight away at 1673 to 1683. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the analysis for this week. If you are still not subscribed to our Sher Khan Education channel on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and click on the notifications button so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you get notified. In the end, I would just like to thank everybody from our team here, and to all the participants who keep watching our videos. Please do give your valuable comments in the comment section so that we can come up with some new analysis, and maybe you can just give your stocks, and we can come up with some stock specific levels as well in the upcoming weekly session. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great trading week. Bye-bye.
This should not be treated as a recommendation. Please conduct your own analysis or consult a financial advisor before investing.